How y'all doing out there in YouTube land? It's your host game show, Craig. That's right, Craig Reed. We are here live in my lovely Brooklyn studio, and we're going to play the Triviamatic Happy Hour. Yay! Thanks again for coming into the room, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have a great time tonight. I have 33 trivia questions to tease your brain, as they say, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you out there in real life land have the answers that we need for tonight's game. Chinesky's in the chat. Hello, Chinesky. He'll be talking to most of you on the YouTube chats. So if you feel like I'm ignoring you, that's because I'm not. Now, as we get warmed up and introduce everyone to the Triviamatic game, make sure you go to your favorite app store, whether it be the Apple Store, the Android Store, the Corner Store, etc. Go to your favorite app store and download the Triviamatic app. Make sure you have the latest version of the Triviamatic app so you can play tonight's game of trivia. After you download it, register, get a name, and hit the button that says Happy Hour, because that is the name of the game that we're about to play. Unfortunately, if you can't hit the button that says Happy Hour, you can type in the game code 223003. That's 223003. It's also in the YouTube chats if you are so inclined. So with that said, is everybody ready to play the Triviamatic Happy Hour? That's right. Yes, as John says, if you have the Happy Hour button, use that. If not, type in the game code, once again, 223003. I think you're ready to play. I know I'm ready to play. I hope you're ready to play. Because we're going to play, let's get tonight's game started with round number one. As always, round number one is History Mystery. Today is the 14th of May, so let's start with 8 questions about historical events that have occurred on May 14th of years gone by. And here we go, question number 1. Hands on your phones, get them all warmed up and ready to go. Are you ready? I know I'm ready. Let's do this. Question number 1, History Mystery. Ahem. The United States launched its first space station, a 170,000-pound apparatus with what name? On May 14th, 1973. That's the question. Now, on your screens, you should see 4 answers, one of which is the correct answer. As soon as you think you know what that correct answer is, tap it. Also, you'll see a countdown clock on the top of your screens. That will be the number of points based on where it stops. That'll be the number of points that you'll be playing for in the question. Get it right, you'll earn those points. Get it wrong, you won't earn any of those points. However, keep in mind if you do feel, like you hit the wrong answer, you can change your answer because that clock is still ticking. Unfortunately, you will earn fewer points because, again, the clock is still ticking. So, tick-tock, tick-tock. Hopefully you selected that correct answer. Hopefully you did select that correct answer of Skylab. That's right, Skylab. Skylab was only operational for about 6 months. In 1979, its orbit decayed and it fell to Earth, disintegrating over the Indian Ocean. All right, first look at the scoreboard. Lots of people, 16 people in tonight's game of the Triviamatic Happy Hour. Of course, it's early. It can change. Let's go to question number 2. According to its opening line, the title heroine of what novel, published on this day in 1925, said, quote, she would buy the flowers herself, end quote. Once again, according to its opening line, the titular, I love that word, titular, the titular heroine of what novel, published on this day in 1925, quote, said she would buy the flowers herself because she's amazing. So once again, titular heroine, who are we talking about? Pick the correct answer, pick it soon for a lot of points, pick it correct for points, pick it incorrect for no points whatsoever. And of course, it does take a lot of points to win tonight's game, and if you do win tonight's game, you will get a special shout out from me, Craig Reed, and an opportunity to take a special picture on your computer screens. Time's up. Correct answer, by the way, is Mrs. Dalloway. Mrs. Dalloway. Virginia Woolf's classic novel takes place over a single day in London. I can think of a couple of movies that take place over a single day in London, but that's neither here nor there. Let's keep the game going, though, with question number 3. Speaking of Virginias, and we were, what Virginia colony, the first permanent English settlement in the Americas, was established on May 14th, 1607? Speaking of Virginias, what Virginia colony, the first permanent English settlement in the Americas, was established on May 14, 1607? Ah, yes, the Americas. I think I'd have to dive into genealogy to figure out whether or not my ancestors lived at any point in the correct answer, though I could say without a shadow of a doubt that they probably didn't. All right, 4 answers on your screen, folks. Just keep that in mind, only one of which is correct. Tap it soon for a lot of points. Virginia colony. Which one is it? Oh, time's up, by the way. Hopefully you selected the correct answer of Jamestown. That's right, Jamestown. Jamestown followed the failed attempt to establish what's now known as the Lost Colony at Roanoke in North Carolina. All right, let's take a look at the score. Near rare inner air. Near rare inner air. That's going to be fun to say all night long, but you're up top with 140. I'm the Lorax, not too far behind with 135. Question number 4 in round 1. Rucks, mauls, and scrums are part of what national sport of New Zealand, played there for the first time on this day in 1870? Now, I almost misread that it's 1970, but that would have been completely wrong, so thankfully I did not do that. Once again, rucks, mauls, and scrums are part of what national sport of New Zealand, which was played there for the first time on this day in 1870. I will say this much, it's a sports ball question. Yay, sports and or balls. Speaking of our first sports ball question of the night, cheers. This is going to get me through the rest of the hour. Rucks, mauls, and scrums are all part of what sport, the national sport of New Zealand? Hopefully you selected the national sport of rugby. Rugby is the correct answer. New Zealand's All Blacks are one of the most successful national rugby teams in the world. That's the correct answer. I am the Lorax, hopping into first place. Who else is playing tonight? Dave's not here. I still got to find this Dave. But way to go. And Rochlin83, good to see you. Welcome to the game. Let's move on. Question number 5. The Lewis and Clark expedition embarked from St. Louis for the Pacific coast on May 14th, 1804. What were the first names of Lewis and Clark? No, it's not that, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, it's not that one. Once again, the Lewis and Clark expedition embarked from St. Louis for the Pacific coast on this day in 1804. But what were the first names of Lewis and Clark? Lewis and Clark, what were their first names? This reminds me of another game show that I did back in my college days called Advertising. And there was a different question altogether that are asking for the first names of the Bartles and James spokesmen. Let's just say that that's not here either. All right, time is just about up. Hopefully you selected the correct answer of Meriwether and William. Meriwether, Lewis, William, Clark. The expedition was known as the Corps of Discovery because they discovered things along the way. Crosswordies, you're in the room. Hello, Crosswordies, Garage Carrion, and Steve the Met Guy. And Abalopa Firkin, good to see you all. Welcome to the Happy Hour. You know who else is playing the Happy Hour? Question number 6, and here's the clue. On May 14th, 1955, the Soviet Union signed a pact of mutual aid and defense with 7 other Eastern Bloc nations in what European city? You thought we were going to ask you something else, but we didn't. All those writers, they are clever. Once again, on May 14th, 1955, the Soviet Union signed a pact of mutual aid and defense with 7 other Eastern Bloc nations. In what European city? Of course, 4 answers on your screen, only one of which is correct. It's funny now that I'm reading this question. I'm reminded of the fact that Russia spans 2 continents. I wonder if there are other countries that span 2 continents. So much. I should know this. I'm the trivia host. By the way, the correct answer is Warsaw. Warsaw is the correct answer. The Treaty of Friendship, Cooperation, and Mutual Assistance was the official name of the Warsaw Pact, which lasted until 1991. That's when all those other countries fell apart. Paul Allen's in the room. Hello, Paul Allen. We also got Cockalorum, Ravenosius, and Craigs. Good to see you again, Craigs and Sarah. Welcome. Zibberzy Zuza also in the room. Let's move on to question number 7. Happy birthday to Sofia Coppola. Yay. The acclaimed director of The Virgin Suicides and Lost in Translation, born in May 14th, 1971, made her on-screen debut as a baby in what movie? Happy birthday, Sofia Coppola. She's famous. She also directed such great hits as The Virgin Suicides and Lost in Translation. Born on this day in 1971 and made her on-screen debut as un bébé in what movie? Baby in the movie. Now, for those of you who are watching yesterday's game, should I say that? No, I'll hold on to that for a little bit. But hopefully you're selecting that correct answer because time's just about up. The correct answer, by the way, is The Godfather. The Godfather, of course, was directed by Sofia's father, Francis Ford Coppola. All right, you see the scores as we go into the last question in round number 1. Tense up, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the clue. American Robert Cheeseborough received a patent on this day in 1872 for Vaseline, which he created from what substance? Vaseline. Read it off one more time. American Robert Cheeseborough received a patent on this day in 1872 for Vaseline, which he created from what substance? Now, of course, you can see the 4 answers on your screen. I can tell you this much. One of them is correct. And that's all I'm going to tell you at this point because I feel like if I blab about the answers on your screen, I'm going to give it away, and I just don't want to give it away. Not yet, because there's still time on the clock, and who knows, you're probably still thinking about this one, and you probably might hit that correct answer, whatever it is. Just think, Vaseline. Sometimes they call it petroleum jelly. That's right, petroleum. Cheeseborough had learned of a substance called rod wax, a byproduct of oil rigs, which rig workers had been using to heal cuts and burns. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. All right, so that's our first round. And now it's a little break as I give you the scores. I am the Lorax. You're up top with 373 points. Near Rare Inner Air, 368. Retail Railwell, you got 365. JMH, 337. Crossword Ease, 311. Ababofa Firkin, 306. Steve the Met Guy. Hello, Steve. You got 299. Garris Carrion, 295. Beefaroni and Cheese, 253. Glenn Jammin, 251. Racklin 83, 244. Trivia with no pants on, 236. Jilly Bean, 232. Dave's Not Here, 221. Furious Vulva, hi, 209. Sarah, oh, nice dog, 176. Ice Pirate, 154. Zipperzy Zuza, 146. Paul Allen, 123. Cockalorum, Ravenorsus, 108. Craigs and Chinesky, also playing the game. Good on you for getting all those points. Lots more points to go, ladies and gentlemen, as we move into round number 2. Round number 2 is a fun round, the first of our 2 themed rounds. The theme for this round, Dune. Slide on your still suit and flip-flops and answer these 8 foreboding questions about Dune-related things. 8 questions about dunes of sorts. Here we go. Number 1. North America's tallest sand dunes can be found northeast of Four Corners Monument in what state's aptly named Great Sand Dunes National Park? I'll give you a hint. Not New York. Yes, the no help hints, as they say. Once again, North America's tallest sand dunes can be found northeast of Four Corners Monument, which is located in what state's aptly named Great Sand Dunes National Park? Ah, yes, the Great Sand Dunes. They have a national park, you see. Yeah. And apparently they're a great place to visit. I haven't been there. I feel like the next time I host this, I should have a board behind me with a list of places that I haven't been. It's a growing list of places, and hopefully, once this COVID thing chills out, I could be able to visit one or two of them. By the way, the correct answer is Colorado. Colorado. The first known writings about Great Sand Dunes are in Zebulon Pike's journals. Yeah, Zebulon Pike, the Pikes Peak guy. Zebulon. All right. Do you see the scores where they are? Near, rear, inner ear still holding on to that top spot, but of course everybody else is trying to catch up. Here we go. Question number 2 in round 2. After 23 publishers turned it down, Chilton's picked up Frank Herbert's Dune, even though they were mostly known for publishing what kind of technical manuals? Read it again. After 23 publishers turned it down, Chilton's picked up Frank Herbert's Dune, even though they were mostly known for publishing what kind of technical manuals? Of course, you see the 4 answers on your screen. It's been a while since I've read a technical manual. I find it this way, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever I'm having a hard time falling asleep and I need something to knock me out, I just open a technical manual. Of course, one of these 4 really does the trick for me. Would do the trick for you, as in gives you points. By the way, that correct answer is auto repair. Auto repair. Chilton sauntered into fiction publishing in the 1960s and hit pay dirt with 2, count them 2, Hugo winners in a row. That's really hitting that pay dirt. Retail Railwell, you're in 3rd with 407. Abelofa Firkin, 386. And JMH, 367. You're in 5th. Let's move on. Question number 3. On The Mandalorian, Gina Carano's badass Cara Dune hails from what planet, which the Death Star incinerated in 1977's Star Wars? Keep in mind, folks, these Star Wars in question did not happen in the year 1977. That's just when the film came out. Once again, on The Mandalorian, Gina Carano's badass Cara Dune hails from what planet, which the Death Star incinerated in 1977's Star Wars? Ah, yes. I believe the 70s were just a great decade for movies. Most of which I still have to see because I was a big fan of the 70s game shows. By the way, the correct answer is Alderaan. Alderaan, correct answer there. Alderaan's destruction was the source of Obi-Wan Kenobi feeling a great disturbance in the Force. It was a brutal flex, even for Vader. Alderaan. All right, you see the scores where they are. H. Tonil, welcome to the game. We will get you some points in a moment, but welcome. Good to see you. Let's move on. Question number 4. Nabisco's Lorna Duns and the Girl Scout cookies, formerly known as trefoils, are what artery hardening type of butter cookie? Cookies. Can I say this story? I will say this story. So while I was in college, one of my roommates, one of his nightly traditions was to eat cookies and milk, and I joined in on it. I joined in on that a couple times in college, and let's just say that it was a good way to wind down the night. Still, if I needed to fall asleep, an auto repair technical manual did the trick for me, especially during college. Once again, Nabisco's and Lorna Duns and the Girl Scout cookies, formerly known as trefoils, are what artery hardening type of butter cookie? Cookie. You know who will know this answer? The Cookie Monster. I think you like shortbread cookies. Mama loves shortbread, mama loves cookies, shortbread. Yeah, shortbread. All right, most of you guys knew that one. Yay, guys. And gals and people. Cookies. They're awesome. Let's keep going. Number 5. If you think of Paris, when you look at the pearly dunes at White Sands, maybe it's because they're partly made of what silicate, which is named from the Greek for plaster. Now that's a fun word, silicate. Once again, if you think of Paris when you look at the pearly dunes at White Sands, maybe it's because they're partly made of what silicate, named from the Greek for plaster. So going back to that fictional list that should be behind me, places where I haven't visited, we had a question earlier about Colorado, and we're going to throw Paris on the list because that's not the answer to this question. Greek for plaster. What is it? Hopefully you're selecting that correct answer as the time winds down on question number 5 in round 2. That correct answer, by the way, is gypsum. That's right, the gypsum production of Montmartre quarries earned dehydrated gypsum the name Plaster of Paris. And now middle school makes that much more sense. Plaster of Paris, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Trivia No Pants on. You're moving up nicely with 407 points, and Crossword Ease 404. There's a fight in the middle of the field, but it looks like near rare inner air. You're still sitting up top with 581. Let's keep going. Question number 6. Dune perfume and diorama bags are produced by what French designer's fashion house? I feel like with all these French questions today, I should have had like a croissant or a brioche bun or what's French? Champagne, that's French, right? No? No. Once again, Dune perfume and diorama bags are produced by what French designer's fashion house? Again, folks, you see the 4 answers on your screen, only one of which is correct. Which one? Yeah. I mean, I know because I'm presenting the game to you, but I'm not supposed to tell you because that will just make the game not fun, right? Yeah. By the way, cheers. That correct answer is Christian Dior. Christian Dior. Dune was an homage to Dior's seaside birthplace. Diorama isn't quite coming to us, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure if more research will come to us, but not right now. All right. 6 questions down. Let's move on to question number 7. Round 1. Sorry, 2. Tuco marches Blondie across miles of dunes to steal treasure buried in a cemetery. In what classic 1966 Clint Eastwood Western? Ah, yes, the Western. I'll say it again. Tuco marches Blondie across miles of dunes to steal treasure buried in a cemetery. In what classic 1966 Clint Eastwood Western? Ah, yes, the Western. Gotta love those movies, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, answers on your screen, 4 of them. Hopefully you know it. Hit the correct one. Say about 15 points left on the clock. 1966 Clint Eastwood Western. Which one is it? I mean, if I were playing the game, I would probably have tapped a fistful of dollars. But the correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is the good, the bad, and the ugly. By the way, if you haven't seen it, you should. If you have, there are worse scores to have stuck in your head. You know what score is stuck in my head right now? Anyways. Near rare inner air is still up top of 664, but retail rail well, you're trying to catch up with 627. Last clue in the round, here we go. Question number 8. Mad Max Fury Road might have given audiences a glimpse of Big Daddy, one of the tallest dunes in what African country, which is located just northwest of South Africa? Now, if there's anything that I've learned from years of trivia and watching Jeopardy, African geography is tough. Not just because of where it is, but because of the number of countries in Africa. So, you'll get Craig Reed points if you get this one right. Most of you should get this one right, because you're all smart people. Once again, Mad Max Fury Road might have given audiences a glimpse of Big Daddy, one of the tallest dunes in what African country, just northwest of South Africa? Oh, you know who else might know this answer? Trevor Noah, because he's from South Africa. By the way, that correct answer, Namibia. Namibia. Yeah, that one, Namibia. Namibia. Much of Fury Road was shot in Namibia, which also has a dude named Big Mama. No relation to Big Daddy. All right, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. Near Rare Inner Ear, you're in first place with 670 points. Everybody else has less than 670 points. Hopefully you're all having a great time out there in YouTube land playing the Triviamatic Happy Hour. Once again, my name is Craig Reed. I'm your host for tonight and a game show personality. Speaking of game shows, round 3. We had a theme round on Dunes, so we have to have a round on Cave In. Cave In. Why did the hipster go spelunking? That's because he was a big fan of underground music. Ba-dum-bum. Thank you, writers. Here are 8 questions about caves of all sorts. Oh, man. There we go, number 1. What national park in Kentucky gets its name from the immense size of its network of underground caves? Over 400 miles. The longest cave system in the world. And not any prehistoric animals who may have lived in the vicinity. I'll let you think about this question. Just want to point you to my little backdrop here. I got my little TM the Bear, got the characters from copyrighted things, and off camera, I love Jamaica so much, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, the Jamaican bobsled team. I got this while I was in Jamaica, so this shouldn't help you with the question, by the way, but I just wanted to show that off right there because Jamaica, they have a bobsled team. National Park in Kentucky gets its name from the immense size of its network. That, of course, is Mammoth Cave. Mammoth Cave is nearly twice as extensive as the next longest cave system, and much of it remains unexplored. So if you want a fun trip, don't get lost in Mammoth Cave. All right, scores, you see them where they are. JMH in 5th, and Abolofia Firkin, you're in 6th with 547. Let's move on. Question number 2. Stalagmites and stalactites are just 2 of the cave formations known as speleotherms. Another of these is what type of stone, which forms when water trickles down the walls of a cave? Once again, stalagmites and stalactites are just 2 of the cave formations known as speleotherms. Hopefully I'm saying that word correctly. Another of these is what type of stone, which forms when water trickles down the walls of a cave? All right, 4 answers on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. I will say this much, stalagmites and stalactites, that sounds like a really good trivia name. Hasn't shown up in any of my nights before? No. But I don't remember those nights because I was doing something. By the way, the correct answer is flowstone. Flowstone. Flowstone can look like curtains or drapes and sometimes appears with brown and beige layers, nicknamed cave bacon. Bacon. I am the Lorax 680, trying to move up on everyone else. Jilly Bean, I don't think I mentioned you before. Hi, good to see you, Jilly Bean. And who else are we getting? New players? Tyler Cooper. Hello, Tyler Cooper. Welcome to the game. Hopefully you're having a great time so far. Let's move on. Question number 3 in round 3. Australian goth rocker Nick Cave has provided scores for films like The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, as well as what 2009 adaptation of a Cormac McCarthy novel? Ah, yes, Nick Cave. I remember going back to college. I used to be a DJ on the college radio, and one of the new songs that we played on the radio station was a song by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Why am I not thinking of the name of this song right now? Obviously, I won't play it for you because music licensing and stuff like that, but that name, Nick Cave, he has a band, the Bad Seeds. Once again, Australian goth rocker Nick Cave provided scores for films like what 2009 adaptation of a Cormac McCarthy novel? Tick tock, time's up. The correct answer, The Road. The Road. Cave wrote and recorded these scores with his longtime collaborator and member of his band, the Bad Seeds, Warren Ellis. Oh, whoops. Scores. You see them. Let's move on. Number 4. What philosopher wrote about the allegory of the cave in his work, The Republic? What philosopher wrote about the allegory of the cave in his work, The Republic? Now we're more than halfway through our game. I just wanted to take this time and let you know about my drink. It is a mix of, I believe, watermelon juice and vodka. So cheers. Hopefully you're being as happy in this hour as I am. Once again, what philosopher wrote about the allegory of the cave in his work, The Republic? Of course, 4 answers on your screen, only one of which is correct. Which one? I'm not... Oh, actually, I can tell you that now. The correct answer, by the way, is Plato. Plato, not Play-Doh, as I said as a kid, but Plato. In the allegory of the cave, prisoners chained in a cave watch shadows on the wall and mistake them for reality, which Plato uses as a symbol for the human condition. All right, you see the scores where they are? It's starting to get a little bit tighter up top, which is good. We like competition. Dave's not here. I still got to find that Dave. But, Dave. And, yes. Let's keep going. Number 5. The Lecaux cave system in eastern France is famous for what remarkable feature? Again, France. Ha! Once again, the Lecaux, I think that's right, the Lecaux, because AUX is aux, like LaCroix. So the Lecaux cave system in eastern France is famous for what remarkable feature? Excuse me. Lecaux cave system in eastern France. Lecaux. Again, let's go to our fictional part. I think I should just eliminate Paris and just say all of France, because that's where I should take the girlfriend one of these years, when it's safe to travel. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, wash your hands, don't touch your face, all that fun stuff. We're going to be fine. Lecaux cave system in eastern France is famous for its ancient cave paintings. The 600 cave paintings at Lecaux are estimated to be 17,000 years old. Visitors are no longer allowed, but a replica cave was built in the 1950s, because preservation. Most of you guys got that right. Way to go. Good on you. Trivia. Let's keep going. Number 6. 12 members of a junior soccer team and their coach were trapped in a flooded cave in what country in 2018, leading to a daring rescue that captured the attention of the world. Again, one of the famous no-help hints, not France. We had enough questions about France today. This one is definitely not France. One more time, 12 members of a junior soccer team, along with their coach, were trapped in a flooded cave in what country in 2018, leading to a daring rescue that captured the attention of the world. Yes. Back in 2018 when distractions were a necessity. I think they still are, depending on who you ask. I don't know. Time's up, by the way. Correct answer is Thailand. The rescue operation included 10,000 people and 1 billion liters of water were pumped from the cave before the rescue attempt even began. Because diving. All right, you see the scores where they are. Steve, the Mac guy, trivia with no pants on, and Dave's not here. They're fighting for the middle of the field. Paul Allen moving up nicely, and Cockloria and Ravenoris. Hi, good to see you again. Let's move on. Question number 7. The caveman characters in what insurance company's commercials were so popular? How popular were they? Thank you. So popular that they were turned into a short-lived 2007 ABC comedy. Caveman characters in what insurance company's commercials were so popular that they were spun off into a short-lived 2007 ABC comedy? Of course, 4 answers on your screen. None of them are TV shows that aired on ABC, but I will say this much. Family Matters. Yeah? Yeah, Family Matters. Will you agree with me? Family Matters was pretty good. That aired on ABC. I don't know where I was going with that one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, time's up. Correct answer is Geico. Geico. Yes, the Chicago Tribune listed Cavemen, that, show, as one of the 25 worst television shows ever made. Good thing we don't see reruns of it on Hulu. Yeah, it was. Yeah, let's not talk about that one. Let's talk about the final question in the penultimate round, question number 8. In round number 3, stretch it out. Here we go. Number 8. According to Homer's The Odyssey, the hero Odysseus and 12 of his men become trapped in a cave by Polyphemus, who is what kind of bloodthirsty mythical creature? Oh. Yeah, that's right. Getting into your mythology here, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, according to Homer's The Odyssey, the hero Odysseus and 12 of his men become trapped in a cave by Polyphemus, who is what kind of bloodthirsty mythical creature? All those M's are like throwing me off a little bit. Hopefully I haven't scared off anyone with my random outbursts. But hopefully you're having a great time at home playing the Triviamatic Happy Hour and tapping that correct answer, which, by the way, is Cyclops. Let's try that again. Cyclops. There we go. Cyclops. Odysseus binds Polyphemus during his escape, bringing down the curse of Neptune, Polyphemus' father. All right. So, those are your answers to round number 3. And now it's time for another break. Stretch out those fingers, get yourself a drink, use the potty. We're going to give you all the scores, but this time in reverse order. Cockalorum Ravenoris, you got 380 points. Good on you. Rashlin 83, 400. Ice Pirate 452. Furious Vulva, he got 507. Jelly Bean, that's fun, he got 564. Paul Allen 594. Beefaroni and Cheese 610. Dave's not here. Where's Dave? We gotta find Dave. He got 618. Glenn Jammin, 656. Steve the Mac Guy, 696. Abalofa Firkin, 704. Crosswordies, 726. Zipper Z Zuza, you got 817. JMH, 828. Garrus Verkarian, 874. I Am the Lorax, 908. Retail Rail Well, you got 928. And Near Rare Inner Air, up top, with 967 points. Whew. Round 4. Personally, my favorite round. Round number 4 is the Pick 3 round. And here's how this round will work. Instead of asking you straight trivia questions, we are going to give you a category. And you must select the 3 correct answers from the 5. Yeah, there we go. You must select the 3 correct answers from the 5. Now, if you select all 3 correct answers, you'll earn the full value of whatever points are left on the top of your screen. If you select 2 of the 3 correct answers, you will receive half the value of whatever's left on the top of your screen. And if you only select 1 correct answer, you will earn no points, since you're guaranteed to select at least 1 correct answer. So remember, select all 3 for all the full value of the points left on the top of your screen, 2 for half, and 1 for none. Got it? Good. Let's go. Pick 3. We are looking for movies based on Stephen King stories. Movies based on Stephen King stories. 5 answers on your screen. Only 3 are correct. Which 3? That's up to you to decide. Or tap. Or something. Yeah. So once again, movies based on Stephen King stories. They're not quite necessarily the title of the Stephen King story, just a movie. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know, maybe it is the title of I don't know. Either way, movies based on Stephen King stories. Sorry, I'm just trying not to throw you with my nonsensical stuff. All right, tick-tock, time's just about up. Hopefully you tapped the correct answers. We got The Shawshank Redemption, The Shining, and The Green Mile. Stephen King had used pseudonyms including Richard Bachman and Burl Evans while writing things. All right, most of you guys got that one. Now, just a note, if you see green, that means you got all three. If you see yellow, that means you got two, and you know what red means. Let's keep going. Number 2, we're looking for number 1 hits by Madonna. Number 1 hits by Madonna. Do-do-do-do. Yay, Madonna. That's not a hit by Madonna. Yeah, yeah. But we're looking for those number 1 hits by Madonna. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Number 1 hits by Madonna. Trust me, Wayne Brady does a better improvised song than I do, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, yes. Of course, 5 answers on your screen. That would be funny. That would be funny if, like, Wayne Brady pops in and was like, oh, yeah, you know, that Craig dude, he's funny. I hope you guys think I'm funny. I don't know if I am, but... By the way, correct answer, Vogue, Like a Virgin, and Music. In 2002, Madonna reached number 8 with the theme for the Bond flick, Die Another Day. And yes, the other 2 songs, Only in My Dreams and Lost in Your Eyes, were done by the great Debbie Gibson. Well, we got 2 players breaking the 1,000-point barrier. Good on you. Will more people join them? Let's find out with number 3. We are looking for actors in the 2017 horror film Get Out. Actors in the 2017 horror film Get Out. Actors who appeared in the 2017 horror film Get Out. Of course, 5 answers are on the screen, only 3 of which are correct. Which 3? You know, again, going back to the fictional thing back here. I swear at the end of one of these things, the list is just going to go rolling on the floor because it's like I haven't really experienced life, ladies and gentlemen. I really need to get out and see more movies, go to more places, interact with more people, and read more trivia questions. By the way, hopefully you selected those correct answers of Daniel Oyeneyu, Allison Williams, and Bradley Whitford. By the way, Get Out earned an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay in 2018. So there's that. All right, still got 2 players breaking that 1,000-point barrier. Gareth Varkarian really close. I think he might get it after this next clue. We are looking for current faces on American Money. Current faces on American Money. Current faces on American Money. Now, if you're watching the YouTube, you're probably seeing me point to myself. I should not be your answer. Because if I am on your money, throw it away. Burn it. Get rid of it. It's not real. Once again, current faces on American Money. That's a really good drink. I have to mix that up again. Not too sweet, not too tart. And I think with the ice melting down, it's watering it down a little bit, which is good. Current faces on American Money. Those answers are Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, and Sacagawea. Harriet Tubman is slated to become the first female on American paper currency after this year. Actually, with everything going on, I don't even know. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows? But hey, 2 more people breaking the 1,000-point barrier. Good on you. But near, rear, inner ear, you're up top with 1103. Let's keep going. Number 5, we are looking for Joss Whedon Productions. Joss Whedon Productions. Joss Whedon Productions. Now, I've probably said this in another game that I've hosted down the line. But this round really reminds me of the game show Pyramid. Especially that final round where you see the boxes and the celebrity guest is trying to say the things that fit the box that and trying to get you to say the things so you can go up the pyramid to win the $100,000. Yeah, that's a good show. By the way, I'm not going to say the things that get you to say, well, what's in the box, because what's in the box is Joss Whedon Productions. Just remember, folks, no prepositional phrases. Ah, crap. What's a prepositional phrase? I don't know. No one knows what a prepositional phrase is. But anyways, Joss Whedon Productions. All right, that's your clock. The answers: Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Firefly, and The Cabin in the Woods. Joss Whedon directed The Avengers and is a producer on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Didn't have Frank. Ooh. Oh, good thing John's in the chat, because he will jot that down and, of course, talk to the people that need to be talked to. So thank you, Laura, for mentioning that. All right. Still got 4 players over 1,000. I'm waiting on the others. I believe in you guys. You got this. Paul Allen, I know you can do this. You can come back and catch these guys, especially with question number 6. U.S. states that border California. U.S. states that border California. Oh, man. Would this be a appropriate... I think this might be an appropriate time to say not New York. Oh, man. I know I'm going into the well lots of times, ladies and gentlemen, but I like saying it's not New York. And I haven't had an opportunity to say it's not the other thing, because I don't think that has shown up in tonight's game yet. Once again, we're looking for U.S. states that border California. Now, I used to live in the great state of California. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. You know what states border California? Nevada. I call that New Jersey of California. We also got Oregon and Arizona. California became a state in 1850 after the 1949 gold rush saw a huge increase in population. Let's take a look in the middle of the field. Beefaroni and Cheese, you're tied with Trivia with No Pants On at 821. Steve the Matt Guy, 797. Glenn Jammin, 769. And Dave's Not Here, 753. Paul Allen, I'm still seeing you. You're in the 700s at 708. Let's keep going. Question number 7. Oscar Best Picture winners. Oscar Best Picture winners. Now, we did mention Get Out. We also mentioned that it won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay in 2018. Therefore, not a correct answer. Oscar Best Picture winners. Although I will say, with the career trajectory that I currently see for myself, I'm probably not going to win an Oscar. I am, however, gunning for a daytime Emmy for Best Game Show Host. So one of these days I might win one of those. And if I do win a daytime Emmy, you know, I'm thanking you guys, all 15 of you watching the YouTubes right now. Thanks again. You're all awesome. Oscar Best Picture winners. They include great hits as American Beauty, Argo, and Gladiator. The Oscars expanded from 5 movies to allowing up to 10 in 2009. That was a fun year. And of course, it led to animated films being nominated for Best Picture. Although I will say, Beauty and the Beast getting nominated when there's only 5. Bravo, Beauty and the Beast. Bravo. All right, this is it. Last question in the 4th round. 2 questions left in the game, ladies and gentlemen. This question: original Pac-Man bonus foods. Original Pac-Man bonus foods. Fun fact: when Pac-Man was first created, it was known as Puck-Man. You can tell why they got rid of that immediately. Yeah. I'm not even going to spell that one out for you. But yes, we are looking for original Pac-Man bonus foods. You know, they earned you extra points or something like that. Original Pac-Man bonus foods. 5 answers on your screen, only 3 of which are correct. Which 3? Oh. Jesuit colleges. I remember from that one, from last night. Now, your correct answer includes beets. Beets. And I'm kidding. Strawberry, cherry, and apple. Strawberry, cherry, and apple. Buckner and Garcia had a top 40 hit with the song Pac-Man Fever. He reached number 9 in 1982. You know who else sang a song about Pac-Man? Weird Al Yankovic. So there you go. All right. So that was question 8. Original Pac-Man bonus foods was question number 8. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. These are the final scores as we go into the final question of the night. And that final question of the night is the answer fast question. Now it's about 50 points separating first from second and less than 100 separating our top 4. But JMH, Crosswordies, Apophia, Zippers, Zuza, Beefaroni, and Cheese, you are still in it. And you can get these points. So here we go. Answer fast. Final question of the night. It consists of 5 clues. 5 clues. They get progressively easier. So if we start with a hard clue and you have no idea what the answer is, wait for easier clues. Keep that in mind. Now, the faster you answer it, the more points you will get, but guess carefully, because once you have typed in and submitted your answer, you are locked into whatever points are left on the timer. Keep in mind, folks, spelling counts, so make sure you spell it correctly. It is not case sensitive, so make sure you just type it in correctly. All 5 clues point to the same one correct answer. Do not put a space before or after your answer. Just type in whatever your answer is. So keep that in mind. Spell it correct. Be right. Earn a lot of points. Up to 300 points, ladies and gentlemen. It is still anybody's game as we go into the answer fast question. Tonight we are answering, what am I? Tonight we're answering, what am I? And here we go. Answer fast. First clue. I have been around for more than 80 years. I was born out of a labor strike that occurred in September of 1935 that exposed the conservative, technocratic ideology of a sister organization. What am I? Of course, we're going to give you some thinking time. I'm going to read it off one more time just in case the oral helps you. I have been around for more than 80 years. I was born out of a labor strike that occurred in September of 1935 that exposed the conservative, technocratic ideology of a sister organization. Remember, folks, if you know it, hide the clue, type it in, spell it correctly, hit submit. Of course, if you don't know it, wait for clue number 2, which is right now. The strike caused an offshoot organization. Both used the same first word, while the second words in the organizations were research for one and union for the other. Both organizations owe their existence to a book written by Stuart Chase and Frederick Schlink in 1927, titled Your Money's Worth. For fewer points, what am I? Remember, folks, I just gave you 2 clues. Both of them point to the same correct answer. If you know it, type it in. If not, wait for easier clues. But here's the second clue one more time. The strike caused an offshoot organization. Both used the same first word, while the second words in the organization were research for one and union for the other. Both organizations own their existence to a book written by Stuart Chase and Frederick Schlink in 1927. That book was entitled Your Money's Worth. For fewer points, what am I? The next clue. In 1969, a boy who had escaped a kidnapper described the culprit's car to the police, but nobody could ID the vehicle. The boy's mom mailed the description to me. The answer came back: Toyota Corona, likely sold in 1968 or 1969. 4 days later, that kidnapper was arrested. For about half the points that we started with, what am I? Yes, there are several acceptable correct answers for this one, but what is that correct answer? Hopefully you know it out there in real life land. Once again, the clue: in 1969, a boy who had escaped a kidnapper described the culprit's car to the police, but nobody could identify the vehicle. The boy's mom mailed the description to me. I'm speaking as if I'm the correct answer. The answer came back: Toyota Corona, likely sold in 1968 or 69. 4 days later, the kidnapper was arrested. Yay, law enforcement. For even fewer points, what am I? Ooh. All right, 3 clues down. Hopefully you know the answer. If not, here comes clue number 4. In my May 2020 issue, I reviewed the healthiest fast food restaurants, wet weather tires, smart sprinklers, grills, and stand mixers. For even fewer points, what am I? Read it again. In my May 2020 issue, I reviewed the healthiest fast food restaurants, wet weather tires, smart sprinklers, grills, not the one on your teeth, by the way, no girl, and stand mixers. For even fewer points, what am I? All right. Hopefully you know it by now, ladies and gentlemen, but if not, here we go. Last clue of the night for all the marbles. I am a magazine representing a non-profit organization dedicated to providing unbiased product testing and investigative journalism, research, and advocacy for those who buy products. My name rhymes with Schmoomer. Yeah. Once again, I'm a magazine representing a non-profit organization dedicated to providing unbiased product testing and investigative journalism, research, and advocacy for those who buy products. My name rhymes with Schmoomer. I can't even say that without cracking up. That correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is Consumer Reports. Consumer Reports. In 1940, the House Un-American Activities Committee listed my parent organization as subversive because of its suspected ties to communism. You know, consumers. Those are all your answers, and now it's time for the final scores. Let's take a look. Gobbledygook Feud, you got... You're here. Yay. Casey Masterpiece 11, good on you. Craig 77, Tyler Cooper 78, Chinesky 100, the century mark. H. Neal, you got 136, Sarah 291, Richillin 400, Cockaloran Revenorus 467, Ice Pirate 588, Paul Allen, I had such high hopes, but you know what? 730, that ain't bad. Good on you, Paul Allen. Jelly Bean 733. Dave's not here. We still got to find Dave, but he scored 789 points. Glenn Jammin 806. Steve the Met Guy 834. Trivia with No Pants On 854. Beefaroni and Cheese 880. Zippersy Souza 978. JMH 1022. Crossword East 1027. Furious Vulva 1034. Abablofa Firkin 1048. I am the Lorax 1104, but that is 4th place. And now our top 3. In 3rd with 1149, Retail Rail Well. In 2nd place with 1198, Near Rear Inner Ear. That means tonight's winner with 1267. You get to take the photo with Craig and the trophy. Congratulations to Garrus Varkarian, 1267. Yay, you win tonight's game of the Triviamatic Happy Hour, and of course you get to take the photo with the trophy. Of course you can edit this out, put your face in, and all that fun stuff. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for playing the Triviamatic Happy Hour. Did you have a great time tonight? I know I had a great time tonight. Don't forget you can play the Triviamatic Happy Hour every night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you like and subscribe to... Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube page. I believe it's somewhere on the bottom here. Like and subscribe to the YouTube page for notifications whenever the Triviamatic Happy Hour happens. Let's see, what else? I'm reading the chat here. We got a new host joining us tomorrow, Tommy Dickey. Tommy Dickey will be hosting tomorrow's game of the Triviamatic Happy Hour. That's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you tell your friends about it. Tell your enemies about it, too, because we're going to have a great time playing trivia with Tommy Dickey tomorrow night right here on the YouTubes and, of course, the Triviamatic Happy Hour app. So until the next time, my name is Craig Reed. You see, if you really enjoy the game, hook a brother up. I got a Venmo. I'm also on all the social medias. Game Show Craig is the username. Ladies and gentlemen, it's there on your screen. Enjoy it. Do whatever you want with that information. Thanks again for watching, and thanks again for playing. And as the goodbye music plays me out, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Oh, but if you want more Game Show Craig in your life, I do 5 questions on the Instagram. It's like a pre-game to the Triviamatic Happy Hour. Check that out tomorrow night at 7, right before the Triviamatic Happy Hour. Have a good night, guys. You're all awesome.